welcome to another video. In today's video, it's another video in the series where I just freely open source my brilliant ideas. Today, this is a charging case solution thing that Peak Design or really any camera bag manufacturer, and I might do this myself someday, but I figure just throw it out there. Let somebody else, if they ain't got nothing better to do this. Check it out. This is my charging station. I built this a few years ago. This was like the third charging station I built. I built a tool charging station like almost 10 years ago. I built another tool charging station. And I got this, my content creator charging station. So let's go over this here. So we got the plug in. Then we got here, this is the on and off switch. Then over here is a breaker. Okay, now this is wireless charging, obviously AA and A charging, and then the whole case has been covered in Velcro. Okay, so here I've got a charger, a USB charger that does have high power charging. It's like the PDG something, whatever. And then we have this block here, which I'm call these regular, North America plugs or whatever. And then it with the ground, and then it has on the sides, it has with no ground, and then it has USB on this side. So basically this whole area over here is just where all the electronics, and it's super wasted area, right? There's like this could be a lot more efficient use of space. This panel does come off, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to get off, and it's just a bunch of wires that make all this work. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Everything in there is Velcroed in, so you can lock it. The lid closes and everything stays. You put your batteries in there, whatever. I bring like my camera over here, set it in there, bring my gimbal in here, plug it in, whatever you got to plug in. You got your wires, okay? So it's great, but it could be a lot better. Okay, so here's the concept, how you guys can put one together. So first of all, we're working from the large camera box thing that goes into the suitcase, right? So now you're going to take one end of that, and that's going to be this. So what that one end needs to include is a cord. So include like a meter and a half cord, plugging cord with a ground that can go back into the unit. Okay, cord reels are great, super awesome, but they take up a lot of room, right? But you need to be able to have that meter and a half cord have a home where it goes, okay? So I envision the thing being pretty narrow, right? Now here's another thing, is all this stuff gets incorporated into here, right? So you got your plug coming in, you got your on and off switch, you have your breaker, you have all the different kinds of plugs. What I'm envisioning is you got your camera bag here, it's kind of like that, right? But then you got this little part here that's like plastic or carbon fiber or whatever. And then coming off of the bottom, so this, we're just like, this is your case, right? You go off this way here to cover the bottom with a softish kind of material that has, and the point of this is to be able to mount chargers too. So some, maybe it's some kind of board material. Maybe it's like a hoop, a stiff edge that keeps, some kind of material. So then that material, you have holes in it. So you can run your wires. So you can take your drone charging case and just put it onto this thing here down in your case, and then affix this somehow, maybe like stuff like this here, this kind of thing here, right? Like that kind of setup, something along those lines, right? So now there's holes in it so you can run your power cable underneath that to your main charging hub. Now this charging hub setup, depending on how wide it is, maybe even having wireless charging up on it, possibly, but its width, it being super small is ideal. But in this thing, you need to house the cord that comes in from the wall, your meter and a half cord. You need to house all your wiring for all the USBs and plugs and all that. So, it's not going to be tiny. So, wireless charging might be just easy to just plop up on the top, right? So you have it like this, boom, it's about whatever width, right? And goes down, okay? Now, plugging stuff in to this thing. Having, like hypothetically, if this is it, and then all the USBs are right here and plugs right here, you're plugging that in. Now you have all these wires. This is the things you need to think about while you're designing this, right? So you have your wires poking out like this, right? So instead of having them there, you would go underneath. So you think about when you got your little panel thing that goes on the bottom that covers the whole bottom of the camera case deal, right? And then you got your little housing here. So then you run wires through holes in this little panel down underneath. And so here's where you're going to want to plug them in. Up in there, okay? And same with USB. Now sure, you're going to want some kind of plug action, for whatever stuff. But having those plugs potentially, so here we got our thing again, right? And like a USB-C that goes up like this. And then here's another thing, which, this is all testing and stuff. It might even be a good idea to run power out to this thing. So have USB out in there already. Maybe not, that it might kind of ruin the whole purpose of having the underneath to put all your wires, right? And so the whole idea is your cable management is taken care of by running your wires under here. So basically you plop this thing in your camera cube, whatever thing, and you still have most the area. You just lost this one little corner over here, and then whatever depth that material takes, and then whatever the cords take, right? Which, possibly running the cords, through this material out to the edge and down, however, like the finished product, how they run, and where the extra is collected, like where do you put all those little coils of wire and such, right? So having plugs that can get up in here, and then maybe even some kind of folding or something that can have the power cords running down, right? To keep everything tight and secure, okay? So yeah, that's the concept. All right, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. Peace.
Thank you for watching.